They said it would never dry up. For centuries, it carved through the heart of the Middle East, a lifeline for empires and a stage for prophecies. But now, something's changing. The Euphrates River is drying. And while the world shrugs it off as just another climate story, the Bible's been warning us about this for over 2,000 years. Not in vague riddles, not in poetic symbols, but in clear words. And here's the part most people are ignoring. What the drying Euphrates unlocks, according to Scripture, could mark the beginning of something terrifying. Let's start with what's happening now, right in front of our eyes. In Iraq, the once mighty Euphrates has thinned to a stream in many places. Satellite images show a staggering decline. Fishermen in Syria walk across dry riverbeds that, just a few years ago, swallowed boats whole. Farmers are abandoning their lands. Ancient cities once built along the Euphrates now stand dry and exposed, like skeletons under the desert sun. The cause? Some say climate change. Others blame upstream dams in Turkey. But there's another explanation buried in prophecy. A reason that has nothing to do with politics and everything to do with what's coming. In Revelation 16 verse 12, the Bible doesn't beat around the bush. The sixth angel poured out his bowl on the great river Euphrates, and its water was dried up to prepare the way for the kings from the east. Let that settle for a second. This isn't symbolic. It's geographical. It's specific. The river, the drying, the preparation for war. And it doesn't stop there. Right after this verse, the chapter talks about three demonic spirits, frog-like beings, coming out of the mouths of the dragon, the beast, and the false prophet. They gather the kings of the earth for battle. Armageddon. So, pause and think. The Euphrates drying isn't just environmental, it's prophetic preparation. It's a shift, a setup. Now, here's where things get even more disturbing. Historically, the Euphrates acted like a barrier. Babylon, Persia, Assyria, all of them thrived because this river protected them or empowered them. But Revelation points to a time when that protective barrier vanishes. And when it does, the kings of the east begin to move. Some scholars believe this refers to massive military forces from the east, possibly a coalition of nations. Others think it points to a supernatural release, an unlocking of ancient forces that have been restrained for generations. Whichever way you look at it, one thing is clear. The drying Euphrates is not the end. It's the beginning of something bigger, something darker. This is the part that gets overlooked, because Revelation doesn't just talk about the Euphrates drying. It talks about four angels bound at the Euphrates. Back in Revelation 9 verses 14 to 15, it says, "Release the four angels who are bound at the great river Euphrates." And the four angels were loosed to kill a third of mankind. Now think about that. Bound angels, restrained by God himself. And their release leads to devastation, the death of a third of humanity. These aren't your guardian-type angels. These are ancient, powerful, likely fallen beings. They've been held at this river, waiting. What if the Euphrates drying up isn't just about preparing armies, but about unsealing a prison? What if, as the waters vanish, something beneath begins to stir? In recent years, bizarre stories have started surfacing. Villagers near the Euphrates claiming to hear strange noises from under the earth. Archaeologists discovering ancient tunnels, sealed chambers, unearthed idols once buried beneath the river. Coincidence? Or signs of something being uncovered? And while most headlines focus on politics or economics, almost no one is connecting the dots. No one's asking, why now? Why this river? Why in our generation? The Euphrates is not just a drying river. It's a prophetic countdown. And every inch it recedes, we get closer to whatever Revelation says is coming. So what does all this mean? Some say it's just nature doing its thing. But if Revelation is right, then this drying river isn't random. It's a warning, not just to scholars, not just to believers, to the whole world. A spiritual alarm. And the biggest mistake we could make is to silence it, to scroll past it, to laugh it off. Because once that barrier is fully gone, once those angels are fully released, there's no going back. So let me ask you, what do you think is really happening? Are we witnessing a natural crisis? Or is this the beginning of a prophecy unfolding? Because one thing is certain, the Euphrates is drying, and the world is not ready.